Alright, so after a long time of not making any pet catchers content, we have returned to the game for the most recent update. And I'm gonna be honest, man, we've got a lot of things to go over. As you notice behind me, we've got ourselves a brand new season pass. Next to that, you have the brand new trading plaza, which I'll more than likely leave for last because there's a couple of things that I want to say about that. What I really want to go ahead and start this video off with is the brand new quest that you guys probably see over here on the right hand side. It is called Bozo Clown, and as I'm sure you guys can already tell, it is a pretty ridiculous quest. We're talking about 20,000 enemies killed, 2,500 mutant slimes, 2,500 scorpions, 1,000 molten crabs. Like, the numbers are actually insane. 100 billion damage. It is by far one of the hardest quests that has ever been added into the game, but of course it does have some really good rewards. Now obviously we don't exactly know the stats on Mr. Bozo the Clown over there, but if for some reason you're watching this video and you've gone ahead and completed the quest, you probably beat me to it. So reach out to your boy, let's see if we make a video on it. Maybe I can help you guys out. Maybe you don't have enough materials to turn it shiny, maybe you don't have enough materials to turn it mythic. I just might be able to help you out. And honestly, if you haven't played this game in a while and you just heard me say mythic, then you might be a little confused, which honestly it's perfectly fine because they just also went ahead and added that with this update. And I actually have a quick little example for you guys because I've already turned a pet mythic. I'm going to explain to you guys the full process on how you do that. But if you notice over here, I have the mythic submarine robot. This thing right here, completely decked out. Obviously it's not one of the best pets, especially with the last two most recent updates that happened, which I completely missed, being the festival and stuff like that. And obviously the pets that have been added with this update, because we have the season 1 egg as well as the brand new pets that are constantly being added into the final zone. Either way, to give you guys the quickest breakdown on mythical pets, it's very simple. It basically goes ahead and doubles the stats of every single thing. So if you notice, we're talking about 56,000 damage on this pet. And if you take a look at the bottom at the charms, there's actually a 4th charm available because when the pet is mythic, it allows you to add a 4th one. Now I understand we got completely sidetracked there. Let's get back to the Bozo the Clown quest. In order to go ahead and get started on this, it is going to be located inside of a sort of little secret area. Make your way over here to Frosty Peaks, more specifically where the bling guy is, his house right here. If you come over here to the right hand side and you jump on top of these squares, jump up on this ledge, go behind this little wooden cabin here, you are going to find Mr. Bozo the Clown standing here. Go ahead and talk to him, it'll start the quest, and then you will be good to go. You won't need to come back here until you are completely done. Bro, honestly, I think if any of these are going to take forever, it's probably going to be the king crab one. Last night, I basically went ahead and AFK'd in Frosty, so I was able to get 225 of the legendary fish. So I'll probably finish that up today, and then AFK tonight, probably Hyperwave Arcade, so that we can knock out all the fishing ones. Now, going back to the topic of mythic pets, if we make our way over to Atlantis, you'll notice that there is a brand new batch of secret pets that were added inside of here. This happens every single update, and it will happen every single update moving forward. Couple of things to note: milestones have been moved inside of here because obviously the event area is now completely gone. But one of the most important things that were added into here, if I turn my camera this way over here, is the brand new mythic area. I believe this is called the Mythic Shrine, and the way it works is very simple. There's basically 4 pedestals all around the mythic shard. If we come into my inventory here, I currently have 3 of them. It says when fed to a secret pet, converts it to a mythic variant with 2 times stats and a +1 charm slot. This will also reset the levels, charms, and shiny from the said pet that you use it on. So that's definitely something really important that you want to keep in mind before you use this on any of your pets. Now for this specific batch, I actually got myself a pretty good roll here. Coin elixirs are super easy to get. Golden cherries are honestly pretty easy to get too. Timeful tomes are not really all that easy to get, but they're not very useful. So it's fairly simple to kind of rack up on these and let them go and not really have any emotional attachment to them. And then token elixirs, in my opinion, are super easy to get. So basically you go ahead, sacrifice 1 of every single one. You need to do it to all 4 of the pedestals, and then you will unlock the ability to start the timer on the mythic shard. It takes 1 hour for 1 mythic shard to be done. If you notice, I have 5 minutes left on this one. or I guess 4 minutes now because it just rolled over. But I've already gone ahead and gathered 3 of these because we're going to turn 2 of the new pets into mythics just for the sake of the video, even though technically I don't really want to do it. But honestly, I have so much material here that I could probably make a bunch more shards, and plus I'm going to be AFKing, so I'll just recuperate all of this stuff anyways. For the sake of the video, we're going to do it. Now, as I was mentioning before, I do have 2 of these pets, being the Sea Spirit, which I got serial number 15,811 because as you guys can see, I unfortunately am recording this video the day after the update because I had a couple of things that I needed to take care of yesterday. But over here for the Sunset Star, which is another one of the new ones, I was able to get serial number 825. So I did get pretty decently lucky there, even though they really aren't the best pets. So now let's go ahead and give you guys the quick rundown on this. I absolutely do not need to explain this because I'm sure a lot of you already know, if not every single one of you already know. But as I'm sure you guessed it, you click the pet, you give treat, and then you feed the shard to it. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because there is a couple of pets that don't sort of fall in this category. Like for instance, my ultimate trophy, which I got from milestones, I cannot give it a mythic shard, which is kind of unfortunate, but I sort of kind of understand. Maybe this will change in the future. Maybe they just didn't have time or they forgot. I don't exactly know the reasoning behind it. If any of you do, since I have kind of been out of the loop lately, please let me know in the comments. But on the flip side, the Sunset Star, I can go ahead and give it a shard. So basically, to give you guys a quick look, that is what it looks like. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little upset that I even wasted all of these charms and wasted basically all of the material that I had in order to be able to get this to this point. I didn't really think it through, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to turn this into a mythic until about 30 seconds ago when I came to the conclusion I should probably turn it mythic for the sake of the video. So RIP to all the materials that I used for this pet. But basically, with Critical X, Fatal Strike X, as well as Deadly X, the stats on this are 24,500 damage, 2,640 for coins, and 3,600 for tokens. Technically, when we turn this mythic, it should be at about 40,800 or technically 49,000 total damage, which isn't really the best. I mean, especially when you consider the fact that the robot over here is at 56,000 damage, but I'm definitely curious to see what it sort of looks like. So let's go ahead and give it the mythic shard, and extremely loud audio. Oh, bro, it turned red. Bro, my favorite color. Let's go, bro. Mythic Sunset Star right there. I'm actually going to go ahead and unequip everything, and we're going to put on just the Mythic Sunset Star. Look at how sick that looks, dude. What? Nah, that was definitely worth it in my book, only because it's red. If it would have been a different color, then I would have hated this idea. Now, of course, unfortunately, we have to go ahead and turn it shiny, so it's technically not going to be red anymore. I don't exactly know what color it's going to be, but let's see what we end up with here. Oh, man, please don't be like purple. Come on, it's going to be purple. It's purple. Oh, God. Why? I mean, it's really not that bad. It's actually kind of cool, but I do wish that it would have stayed red. Either way, at level 1, we're looking at almost 10,000 damage, which is it's kind of crazy. All right, there we go. Level 25, max level in its shiny form, no charms whatsoever, 19,600 damage with a 7,200 token multiplier. For all of my pets so far, what I'm really going for is critical, fatal, deadly, as well as high roller. That is kind of the mix that I'm going for. I have over 100 billion tokens, so I don't really need any more right now, and I'm not really interested in going for the trophy, but I do need materials, so having high roller is going to be great for when I AFK the boss. Okay, so that's fairly decent. We got ourselves a Fatal Strike 3. I will absolutely keep that. So let's go ahead and completely max it out, which means we only really had to put in 1. And then for the rest of these, we're just going to go ahead and remove them. So we've got ourselves a clean slate now. So already we're sitting at 29,400 damage and a 7,200 multiplier for tokens. Let's throw a Prismatic Scroll into this. And now we are at 39,200 damage. Final piece piece of the puzzle is to pretty much invest a bunch of the magic pendants, even though I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to do this. I don't have a lot of magic pendants, and I really do need it for the other robot that I do plan on turning into a mythic. So this is definitely a tough one for me right now, but hopefully it doesn't cost me anything more than maybe 47 of these pendants to get them all to 10, but I'll be right back. All right, so as you can tell, it definitely cost me a whole lot more than 47. We're down to now 86 pendants, which is a little heartbreaking because I still have to do another one of the new pets. This is actually kind of stressful. Either way, as you can see, we ended up with 49,000 damage, just as we said before. I'm definitely happy to have this on the team now as a mythic, a second mythic to my team. Hopefully I can go ahead and get like a full team of mythic. That'd be pretty crazy. But I mean, man, right now we're sitting at a 10 times multiplier for crit and 521,000 damage. Okay, so actually maxing this one was a lot better than the previous one, and we still ended up with 50 of these magic pendants, which I think is good enough for my second robot and maybe even potentially another pet. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Either way, this is the finished product right here. We're sitting at 47,000 damage with a multiplier of 7,040 for tokens and 5,120 for coins. So that's what it looks like. It's actually a really cool looking version. I prefer that way more than what it was before. And it's also kind of a little bit red, so it sort of gives me a little bit of happiness inside. Oh, dude, there was pendants inside the traveling merchant. Let's go. Either way, that brings up now our damage to 569,000, which is just mind-blowing to me. But I mean, let me know in the comments right now, what is the damage on your pets? I'm kind of curious. Is this good? Is it mid? I really don't know. What I do know is that we're going to go ahead and claim this. Let's see what our next one is going to be here. That was extremely loud. This one is going to be 1,000 radioactive jelly. Pretty cheap. 2.5 million wild berries, also very cheap. 50 timeful tomes, don't have any emotional connection to that. And 30 mystery scrolls, super cheap. So there we go. 1 hour on the timer here. We'll be back to go ahead and collect, I believe, our 5th or 6th shard. I'm not actually sure because we still have 2 left inside of our inventory. Now, to sort of end this video off here, we're going to kind of speed run through this because I want to do a separate video on this. Season Pass is not really no surprise here. I do have a couple of these eggs and I haven't really made too much progress in this because, like I mentioned, I AFK fished last night for the quest. If I really wanted to complete this super fast, I would AFK the boss. It would be the smartest thing to do. You earn the most medals that way. But what I'm talking about is the trading plaza. Let's head over there right now. All right, so here we are at the beautiful trading plaza, where you see an insane amount of pets and some pets that I feel like I've never even seen before. Now, you guessed it, it's very similar to Pet Simulator X, where there is kind of like stalls all around. You can go ahead and walk up to one of the ones that say no one on it and you can claim the booth. But this is where things get a little confusing for me. I may just be a little bit like small brained here, but I just really don't understand what's going on here. I see at the top it says want, and at the bottom it says offering. You click on want and it lets you choose pets, overpay, upgrade, downgrade. What does that mean? I have no idea. When you click on this, it shows you all of the pets in the entire game. From what I can see, we can see the stats of the Mythic Clown emoji. Bro, that's actually kind of cool. But at the same time, I'm also sad that it's not called Bozo the Clown. Either way, basically what you do is you go ahead, click on a pet, you click choose, and then it shows that this is what you want. Then at the bottom, you would put offering, which is like overpay and upgrade and downgrade and pets, and I just don't understand this stall. Like, I really don't. I want to understand it, but at the same time, I just, it's really confusing. On the bottom right hand side, there's a customize button, which allows you to sort of customize your entire stall with different things. There's some of the ones down here that you get obviously from the Bozo the Clown quest, and then other ones that you get from the season 1 sort of pass. And then these appear, you just sort of buy with different materials. But then at the bottom, there's this section where it lets you add different pets, but I don't know if that's just to kind of like show off or if it's to sell them. This whole entire trading plaza is just super confusing to me. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter what I think about it because I'm personally not a trader. This is sort of what happens every single time that I come into any trading plaza, whether it be on here or Pet Sim. I get spammed with trades or people begging, so I hardly ever come into these places and I hardly ever do trades. The only time I trade is when people are letting me showcase their pets. As you can see right here, they trade me their pets and then I give it back to them either in shiny form or I guess nowadays Otherwise, I'll probably be trading them back in Mythic form. In some cases, they just don't want their pet shiny, or they already have it shiny, so I just go ahead and give it back to them as the way they gave it to me. So not really much to say here about the trading plaza. It's a good addition for those of you that are traders. I'm super excited for you guys because, I mean, honestly, man, look at the size of this lobby. This is like the perfect domain for all of the traders. And on top of that, I also like another feature that actually PetSim doesn't have, and that's the server inventory. In here, you can sort of like filter it to whatever you want, either serial numbers, limited, shiny, whatever it may be. And then you just click search. And if you leave it with all the filter settings at any, it shows you every single pet that is inside of the server that you're in right now. If you click the pet, it actually tells you who the owner is, and it shows you full stats and everything. What in the world is this? A Mythic Pond Queen? 49,000. Actually pretty cool. I personally wouldn't put Lifesteal on it. I'd probably put High Roller, but I mean, that's just me. We also have an Infinity Wisp in here. And then for serial numbers 100 and under, we've got ourselves a couple in here as well. What is this? Serene Wave, Lemon Shark, Dreadful Dragon. What in the world? 58,000. Holy bro, look at the token multiplier. 20,640, bro. That is insane. Wow, my times 8,000 is an actual joke. Anyways, man, if you guys are interested in seeing the trophy from Arcade turned into a Mythic, let me know in the comments. I would love to do a follow-up video on this. I feel like it'd be pretty cool, and the multiplier on tokens for this is probably kind of insane. I know this is a longer video than usual, but because this is a new update and I haven't made a pet catchers video in quite some time, I figured I'd go ahead and make a longer one. Definitely one of the more beefier updates of the game, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. The Bozo the Clown quest is actually super difficult, so it's going to make it an extreme entertainment to get that done. And bro, look at the Mythic Pond Queen, bro. I need that. I need that. I want that. I don't care what I got to do. I want it. Bro, it's red. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end off the video because I got to go chase after the Pond Queen. I need to figure out how to get my hands on that. Hopefully you guys went ahead and enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more pet catchers and any other random stuff that I cover here on the channel. I want to go ahead and apologize. I know I've been gone for quite some time. I've sort of been mentally going through it, but I'm trying my best, man. Just know that the channel will forever and always be here, and we will always have videos on the channel. It's just that sometimes, you know, your boy goes through real life stuff. So I'll occasionally take breaks here and there. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.